Hello and welcome. So I am going to take a look at the Guardian's Cryptic crossword, and this puzzle is being published on Monday the 10th of November 2025, and our setter is Brendan. Now, being a Monday, it should be a bit easier, and I think I've done a couple of Brendan puzzles in recent times, so I'm hoping this is going to be doable. I'm looking at the grid going, oh gosh, look at that grid, kind of one, two, those four there, this one here, this one here. We don't get any help on the starter letter. Another one there, another one there, another one there. Don't know if there's more or less than any other puzzle, but those ones around the edges aren't going to help me too much. But anyway, I think there's only one way to find out how good or bad it is, and that is to crack on. Keep changing position as witness and did so previously. Keep changing position as witness. Witness is to I, to see, did so previously. It's not going to be deja vu, is it? Polish a large kind of shoe. A large suggests AL. Polish is to buff or to rub. Shine, kind of shoe. Pump, not sure. Right, let's have a look at this one here. Stressed, being educated soundly. I assume that's a sound like of sound educated. Stressed. I've got stressed and educated both ending in an ED kind of sound, so you'd think that's going to be an ED kind of sound. But 4 letters. This one. Stationed at border. Feeling nervous is on edge. That one I can do. Did I look at the one down? No, I haven't. Check about object. Present for turning over in ongoing dispute. Ongoing dispute, rain. I wonder if that's a rain going on. Present about object, present for turning over. Present could be AD, re-add. Object would be it. So we've got re-additing. Check about. Ongoing dispute is a reaction, re-add. Okay, what's this? Statement of unrealistic nostalgia that makes one tense. So the word tense, I'm thinking grammatical tenses. I don't think it's going to be that low. Tense would be maybe a T. Statement. Sure about that. Line. Note. This one, revelations, etc. Not apparent in present, perhaps in future. Okay, got another future tense, present tense, past tense. I think that's past, that one down there. That makes one tense, past. Don't know. Okay, revelations, etc. Not apparent, unclear in present, perhaps in future. No, ain't going nowhere with that one. Not totally anxious. Having absorbed reasonable signs. Cook focuses eclipsing husband who's inferior in kitchen. Okay. Focuses is 7 letters H. That suggests it's inferior. I've got use there, useless. Is there a... Just looking at that, what have we got? Focus is with an H. Just seeing if there's an obvious... So one of those 2 words for inferior in kitchen, cook. Maybe it's not focus. Maybe it's not an anagram of focuses. Maybe eclipsing husband means taking H out of a word. H out of a word for focuses. That's quite possible actually. Scientific genius of past or present century. Scientific genius of past or present century. Thinking Marie Curie for some reason, and Einstein, obviously the 2. Oh, well, 2 coming to mind, but scientific genius of past or present century. This one, food for winter is laid up with a lot of beer. Laid up with a lot of beer, is that? Food for winter. So food for winter is nuts or I don't know, berries. Or is it? Is laid up is SI. What that gives me. Beer would be lager, which gives me silage, which is definitely a winter food for animals. You reportedly get irritated about sun, or get worried. You would suggest a letter U. Get irritated about sun. Let's put you there to see. Or get worried as to up. I don't know. Can't see what's going on there. It's supposed to be on the go or something. Something the go. Engage in emotional farewell. It's cliffhanging. Engage in an emotional farewell. It's cliffhanging. Touch and go. I don't know why that's touch and go, really. Is that touch and go? Let's leave it like that for a moment. Something that's emotional is touching. Farewell is go, isn't it? Yeah, emotional touching and go. Farewell. Engage in an emotional farewell. Well, it's touch and go. Yeah, fair enough. It's cliffhanging. Yeah, that's touch and go. Okay. I've got scientific genius of past or present century. Nope. This one again with the H. Oh, the H is in there, so there's that. Can't be FH. OH. CH or SH probably. Shoe. If that's shoe, that leaves me coughs. Shoe. I can't see how that works. If that is, I don't even know what it means. Totally also, forget that one. What's going on here? Will indicate this in contrast to 13. I've got a cross-reference then. Will indicate this. No, not going to look at that one then, if you're going to put cross-references in. Because I haven't got 13 yet, have I? No, it's this one. Statement of unrealistic nostalgia. Okay, nostalgia is past, isn't it? It's past. That makes one tense. Past participle. Part. Something. Part. I mean, what that's going to be with if that ends in a. Check about object. Present. Ongoing dispute is. Let's get rid of check from it. Addenda. Agenda. Ooh, no. This one, speculation in article on products of mine one's invested in. Products of mine. Well, the article would be the, wouldn't it? Speculations of bets. Bets. Febites. Speculations, which does seem to suggest plural. I'd have to put an E there somewhere. Can't see how that's going anywhere. Maybe it's not a past there. Maybe an an or an a even an an. Right, incomparable time spent there. Agitated. About 21. Some quick coverage. That could be hidden work, and that is hammered home. I.e. that is hammered home. Some quick coverage is well, can't see a word across quick coverage. Could be over in cover, I suppose. Coverage, sorry. What some quick will be doing, I don't know. Right, let's look at this one. Beat rivals, then beat rivals up. That's separate. Is beat rivals up? Is that an anagram? Rivals a piece. Apart. That one didn't know. This one, incomparable time spent there, agitated. Is that just an anagram of something? Age? Age what? Agitated would leave me more than a couple of letters. Or is it an anagram of spent there? Which is too few letters. Yeah, spent there's an anagram. Possibility. Incomparable time will be, we'll go with golden era or something. Era. Could be an era. Can't be an era because there's no A in spent there. Ten. Pet. Pest. Gosh. This one. Need for drink after second shift in t-shirt. Thirst, yeah. Thirst, just move the S. I was staring at that, trying to figure it out in my head. The what? The something. Spent there, yeah, the present, okay. Okay, so we've got past and present, by the looks of it. I don't know for certain, actually. Maybe that isn't past, because the speculations in article on products, Thebe, one's invested in. Don't know. Right, it's gone down a bit more. I've still got some crosses. Look there. Arrange flags around an old fashioned dance around Anne. But I've got P for the present. Is that correct? I did spent. Yeah, spent re. Flags is tyres. But that isn't going to help me. In fact, I do need a. Well, I can't have an anagram. I can't have an indirect anagram, can I? Arrange flags around. There's no P in that clue, so it's not a hidden word or an anagram directly. Religious text supporting parts of speech. Not so much there either. Became uneasy in end and set off. I assume that's an anagram of tested, tensed. Yep, definitely a lot of kind of past, present, tense, kind of grammatical stuff going on here somewhere, I think. Chinese food has to be divided and returned in future tense again. Chinese food has to be divided and returned in future. Is that New Age? Chinese food. Chow mein doesn't fit. What's this T here? Here, what's that? Bars that are initially followed by audible disapproval. Is that bars? Bands. Sorry, my eyesight. Looking from a distance. Bands. Bands that are initially followed. Is that TA? Booze. Oh, can't even type now. Booze. Chinese food. I don't know what Chinese food is. I can't think of any. I think that's sort of chow mein at this moment. Okay, let's have a look at B. Cruel grown-up hiding food container. Well, I'm fairly comfortable with taboos being correct, so there's no B in that clue. Cruel Bad. Bad? Cruel? Not really. Cruel. So it's a grown-up, okay. Grown-up with a food container as a tin or a can, isn't it? What's a grown-up? Is it going to be like a grown-up animal? So what is it? If it's tin or food container is a can or a tin, isn't it? Or a tub. Bitany, bitine, bicane, cruel. Or is okay, maybe food container is like a shell, a pod. Pod, is that like that? Don't think it is. Can't see it. It's going to. That's what the food container is going to be. Some weird and wonderful thing like that, I'd imagine. Let's look at this one. Speculations in article on products of mine. One's invested in. I don't know if products of mine is saying take the first two letters or the middle two. One's invested in. Or is that anagram of mine's one? No, it can't be. This one PN. Arrange flags around an old fashioned dance. It's not a polka. Ooh. Oh, Brendan, what have you given us today? Something a bit too hard for me, probably. Right, let's have a look at one across. So, how long have I been on? It's about 18 minutes in my head. 16 and a half. Well, 16. Polish a large kind of shoe. And polish can be the name of polish, can't it? Oh, I'm going there. A large kind of shoe. I mean, it could be AL and then type of shoe. Kind of shoe. My list of shoes is not great. I mean, to be honest, that bit there is just guesswork that is past fitting in there, especially when I'm seeing present and tense in there. But nostalgia is to do with the past, and that makes one tense past participle, past perfect. That's the growl. Blimmin' heck, come on. Oh, heck. Yeah, that's a chef. Sous chef, isn't it? Sous, isn't it? Yeah, Sous. Okay, they are. Never had to get the anagram thing out. That's great. You reportedly get irritated about sun. Well, there's S for sun. Or get worried. No idea. This one down here. Did I look at this? Yes. Will 30. Okay, in contrast to 13, so the past perfect, the past imperfect, the future tense, will, indicates this. Future, in contrast, future what? Future, I assume will is points, future points, future. I mean, I want to put tense in there, but excuse me, and I will if I can prove there's an S. Oh, not there, an S there. I think it probably is future tense. Let's go there again. Religious text supporting parts of speech. Crikey. Oh, there's my you from whatever it was. You reportedly get irritated about sun or get worried. Up. If that was P or get worried is to up or un. I would think that's the most likely starters there. Just going to have a swig of tea, excuse me. Not totally anxious, well that could be worried. Nervous? Or is it a hidden word? No. Having an absorbed reasonable. Reasonable could be okay, I suppose, couldn't it? I feel like that should be signs, would be what signs could go in there really? Tokens. What that be? Tense, yeah, tense for anxious. Signs are tokens. I don't know about that really. But I'll take it. I'll take that as tokens because I think it's okay into anxious for tense. So scientific genius of past or present century. Of past or present century. Century is that's not really gonna happen, is it? I was thinking century is a ton. How about Newton? Yeah, try and type. Okay, up. Unsettle, that'll be. Unsettle for get worried. We've got nettle is to worry, get irritated, is nettle around sun. Yeah, okay, good, done that corner. Hurrah! Revelations, etc. Well, they're books of the Bible, aren't they? Not apparent in present, perhaps in future. On edge is probably one of the few clues I felt very happy with from the beginning. Really, stationed at border where you're on the edge, and if you're feeling nervous, then you're on edge. So that feels good. Past perfect now feels good, which means I've got. Okay, well let's put add for present for turning over. About object would be. An ongoing dispute is that about object to object or something, which would be I don't know what it would be. But again, that, I thought I had a D on it as well. Stressed, being educated. Let's put D there. Being educated is learned, is taught. Okay, let's not put a D there. Oh, that's ruined that idea. Let's go for the vendetta then, shall we? Why is that vendetta? An ongoing dispute is probably a vendetta, I would think. About object. Check about object. Present for turning over. I mean, maybe it isn't vendetta, but oh, there's my AL there now. Polish. Sand. For a sandal. Good. Keep changing position as witness and did so previously. Well, I said witness is see, didn't I? Seeing. Keep changing. Was it moving the word? A word for keep. Seems quite likely, doesn't it? What's this? Revelations, the Book of Revelations, whatever it was. Which might be NT for New Testament, I suppose. Cogent. Is cogent a word that would work? I don't know. Not apparent in present. I really could do with passing vendetta. Can I check about? Because it probably looks like the only word that will fit those letters. DTA, the DTA I've got in there. Object is to object, an object. Okay, check is to vet. Your object is your end. Okay, I feel fairly comfortable with that now. I can't quite see the last bit. Present for turning. Present. let's get rid of some letters. V-E. Is it that T? Hang on. Yeah, it's probably vet endetta. Check about object. Present for turning. Present A-T. T-A. Or is that T-A? Or is it a different T? Oh well, I'm close enough at this moment. I don't think Venta is spelled differently, is it? So I'll go with that. This one, keep changing position is to did so previously is as witness. Witness is to see. Seethe and did so previously was done. Seedon. That don't really work. Keep changing position. Can't think what that is. Okay, well, it's all looking a bit happier. Not great, but happier. This bottom right hand corner is going to be a problem again this week. I've got to see there. What's that? Okay, uses a name time after time in past, present, and future. Do you know what? I didn't know there was a clue there that I hadn't looked at. So that's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting, but it isn't actually helping me. Uses a name time after time in past, present, and future. Time after time normally makes me think it's going to be a Tage or something. Or a name is a tag, isn't it? I don't know where my C is coming from though, looking at that. Chinese food has to be divided and returned in future. Future is anon, or soon, isn't it? Just looking at this thinking, return to the future will be I had an idea just now. Oh, soon or anon. So that'll be soon. And then put Suton, put 2 backwards, has to be divided, doesn't really has. Chinese food has 2b divided, or is it no b? Sobion? Don't know. I think there's a soon there though, or anon, but not sure what's that N going to get me. Beat rivals, then beat rivals, that's separate. That doesn't look so good. Yeah, and cruel grown up. Grown up is a cruel is none of the above helping really. This one, some quick coverage that is hammered home. Feels like it ought to be IE, or is it I hole, I home, in, any, don't think so. Future. I don't understand the will part of this. Future. The will tells you what the indicates this. You know, who's getting what, isn't it? A will does. Will. I can't see. I mean, it's got to be future something, isn't it? If you've got past perfect and it's in contrast to 13, in contrast to the past, it has to be future with those, especially with those checks in the first half. can't see any further than that. Speculations in an article on products of mine, one's invested in. Okay, so we're looking for speculations as the thing. Article on products of mine, so that's the. It's just now go with mine and an I, isn't it? Speculation. Don't know. Let's see. The, mine, I. Was it I'm for products of mine? I'm sure products of mine must mean, or is it somehow crosswords? One's invested in. Is it Femini? I get anywhere with that. That's probably an I though. Femini. Speculations. Article on products of mine. Products of mine, I don't know what to do with that. This one again, arrange flags. Oh, flags. Around Anne. Where's Anne? Flags is pavers, aren't they? Pave. Flags, pavane. Is that right? Paving stones are flagstones. I've seen that in the dim and distant past, so pave, flags. Yeah, you pave, then you do that, right. So religious text, supporting parts of speech. Provision, provisos, religious text is, I assume that's, I'm not sure about that word there really, it doesn't feel like an old-fashioned dance at all, pavane, but I don't know what else to do for pave, for arranging flags is to pave something. Provisos, parts of speech. Religious text supporting parts of speech. It could be cravings or something, couldn't it? Okay, let's go with cravings and think if there's anything. Bravings, dravings, rentings. You know, maybe something else changes elsewhere that gets us their drawings. Actually, that then gives me my finium, which doesn't really make any sense. I don't think it really is. I mean, speculations are plural, so it could be an EI. I can't think what the religious text would be though. If it is, parts of speech are grovels, travels. not likely to be one of those. Orations, I suppose. Keep thinking about that P, don't I? Oh, I don't know if there's a religious text, I just don't know. Supporting parts of speech would be verbs. Proverbs, there we are. Right, that totally destroys my thought there, but it does at least get me tense in place there. The products of mine one's invested in. Well, one's invested in suggests either it's a sort of theories, okay. All's products of a minor is all, yeah, of course it is. Okay, I mean this is now feeling a little bit happier. I don't know how long I've been looking at it, so a quick flick off and have a look. 35 minutes, 36 minutes. Cool, right. Dipsum. Dipsum's always the other thing you get, but it doesn't fit taboos. And taboos is one, again, a clue I'm fairly happy with, because bands that are as TA, audible disproved as booze. Dimsun. Dimsun actually is one thing I'm thinking of, but turn in future. We're doing something clever with dim sun, which would be divided and returned. Mid would be dim. Nos mid. Nos dim. In the future. Don't know what that's going to be. Right, well, okay. Uses a name time after time in past, present and future. Cool. Well, past, present, future is kind of like an eternity, isn't it? It's all eternity. But I'm going to go with perfect, past perfect. Right, I'm just going to take a minor break, I'll make myself a new cup of tea, and then I'll come back and have another look. So I'm back from making my cup of tea, having some cashew nuts. I don't know if they're good brain food. See if I can get some on this. I didn't really think about the puzzle other than I was trying to remember what the name of it. Dim sum, I think it is. But that's obviously got no in it, so that isn't happening. Right, let's go up here again. So keep changing position is to. What do you do? Oh, I'm not on the screen, am I? Apologies. There you go. Keep changing position is to swivel, is to sweep, is to keep changing position as a witness, and did so previously. Keep changing as witness suggests switch. I don't think so. And this one, Revelations, that's the book of Revelations, proverb again, etc. Not apparent in present, perhaps in future. Perhaps in future, not apparent in present, so is that doing something with the wordplay of now, so to speak, not now. Perhaps in future. What is it? Is there a hidden word there, something? Perhaps in future. Revelations are. No, that ain't going to come to me at this moment. Right, let's have a look at this one down here. Uses a name time after time in, past, present or future. Well, I still think time after time is going to be a Tage word in there. So then in, past, present and future. Calls. Calls is to username. Tag, I suppose. Call. Tage. Not really a word I know. So I'm not really buying that. What's that? Crawl is grown up hiding food. I mean, that would be my Tage, wouldn't it? I had that before. Grown up hiding food container. Crawl. Grown up is big, isn't it? I suppose. Which makes it biting. Ta-da! Right. Time after time. Caged. Is it caged? Or is it username? Maybe call Tage is right. Who knows? I think that must be Tage, wasn't it? TH. Time after time. Username. That one there. No idea what Chinese food at the moment. Beat rivals, then beat rivals up. That's separate. Really felt like there's an anagram there with beat rivals up, but rivals up are enemies. Enemy doesn't really work, does it? Yemenis. Foes. See off. Don't think so. Beat rivals is outwit. Or is it the rivals on a beat, which would be Oasis and Blur. Then beat rivals up. That's separate. Don't think so. Right, I'm gonna risk going down to this clue that I have no idea about. Chinese food has to be divided and returned in future, perhaps. Well, future would be age, maybe. Example on age. Returned it. Yeah, if I'm going to put it in anything, it's going to go into age, isn't it? Era, future. No. I doubt that is age actually, but use the name cited. Cite. Criteria. What about criteria? Does that work? No. Just thinking era could go in there though. Doesn't have to be an age, it could be an era, could be an eon. Criterion, no. I thought site, didn't I? So that's some quick coverage. Well, that's an interesting one. Some quick coverage. That is hammered home. Yeah, hammer home and nail, don't you? What is that nail? Quick coverage. use flash. Was it a mist or something? Some quick coverage. UICK, ICKK, KCO, Cove, over, Vera. And then he gets the other words, and then don't really see that either. I think it's probably as far as I'm getting on this one today. I felt very, very difficult, that's all I can say. I've been at it a good 45 minutes I've been at it, and that's pretty much my go. So let's check what I've got. Everything's right up to that point. I don't know what to reveal. Let's reveal that one. Let's reveal that one, which is the quick news. Oh, it's a nail. Okay. Right. That's interesting, isn't it? Some quick coverage that doesn't have a name. Oh, the quick of your finger. Yeah, of course. Said nail. Yep. Okay. Well, that's a half mark then. Uses a name. A name. Time after time. Canitage in past, present, future. What's that? Don't know that. This one. Oh, can't see that. That was the rivals, wasn't it? Beat rivals, winner. Then beat rivals up. So if you beat rivals, you win. Winnow and won. Yeah, okay. Winnow. That's separate. It's to winnow. This one. Hold on. Right, just did a refresh. I paused and refreshed. So that's has to be Chinese food. Has to be divided and returned in future. Perhaps. Not now. Would that be not now? But that's not now, isn't it? Uses a name time after time. Past, present and future. Well, I suppose I could check that one, can I? Not now. Yep. And winnow. Yep. Uses a name can. So I can probably bring that up kind of to there. What's that going to be? Here's my time. After time, so is it? Or is it time down here? In past, present and future. Content, content. Or is it an ing word? What's my time after time? Or is it two T's? Tint. Can't think of a word with an N in it, which both of them would need, either of those would need to be a uses a name. Time after time, in past, can. A-N. No. I'm just going to reveal it. What the heck? Constant. Okay. Past, present, future is constant. Uses a name. T. Time. Yeah, tant. Uses cons. Okay, you con someone, you use them. Yeah, fair enough. Let's go with this one as there's no starting letter. Revelations. Nah. Latent. I was not getting to latent. Not sure why at the moment. I'll come back to that one. And this one, keep changing position as a witness. See, steerage. Yeah, I don't know. Seesaw. Okay. Yep, definitely wasn't getting that one either. As witness, and did so previously. C is to witness. As. Don't know. Right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna pause and refresh again. Okay, I'm going to go through the clues as best I can. Right, so to keep changing position is to seesaw. If you witness, then you see something. Did so previously is was. As witness and did so previously. Did so is was. I think previously is turn it backwards. That's how I interpret that. Not totally anxious is tense. T-E-N-S-E. Take off the E because it's not totally. Having absorbed reasonable. Reasonable is okay. Which gives you tokens, which are signs. Yeah. Well. Right. Station at the border. If you're stationed at the border, then you're on the edge, and feeling nervous is on the edge. You reportedly, so a letter U. Get irritated is to nettle, is to get nettled, nettle someone. Going about S for sun, which is to unsettle, which is to get worried. Stressed is taught, which is how it's spelt there. Being educated, we've got sound like a, as indicated by soundly, of being educated, which would be T-A-U-G-H-T. Right, engage in an emotional farewell, then you would touch, then go, wouldn't you? So touch and go. And if it's cliffhanging, well, it's touch and go as to whether they survived the whatever. Statement of unrealistic nostalgia. Unrealistic nostalgia is the past was perfect, and obviously past perfect is a tense. Incomparable time spent there, agitated. Incomparable time is the present, is it? Okay. Spent there is an anagram of the present. Agitated is your anagram indicator. There's no time like the present. There you are, that's why it's incomparable. There's no time like the present. Yeah, so the quick on your fingernail, or underneath your fingernail is the quick, so the coverage of your quick is your fingernail. A nail and a nail is hammered home. Religious text is the book of Proverbs in the Bible, and supporting is pro, and parts of speech are verbs. Cruel is biting, biting satire. Grown up is big, hiding a food container, which is a tin. Scroll on down. Became uneasy is tensed, I think, in end, which is an anagram of end set. Off is your anagram indicator. What's this? Wonton or something? I think. I think in the future perhaps is not now. That's your definition. I think has to be divided and returned. I'm going to actually stop and look up what this Chinese food is. Right, it is wonton soup, which is just literally wonton returned. I don't understand what the divided bit is actually. Chinese food has to be divided and returned. Wonton. I don't know. I don't understand what the divided bit's about, but yeah, if you put wonton, which is the name of the soup, backwards, or at least it came up in my search. Maybe it's gone wrong. I don't know. Anyway, not now is the answer. Is all I can tell you. Right. Oh god, we got the vendetta one to try. So an ongoing dispute is a vendetta. To check is to vet. So let's get rid of some letters. We've got a vet. Vet. Those are the vet. We've got an end is an object. So the object of your project is an end. Present for turning over. Present for turning over. TA or at. Turning over suggests put at backwards. Present at the moment. Not sure about that. Okay, not entirely sure where that at comes from, but I think that's how that clue vaguely breaks down. Revelations, oh gosh, yeah, etc. Not apparent in present, perhaps in the future. So latent is about what you're, I don't know, one of the phrases. Latent talents would be your hidden talents, the things you might see in the future. Not apparent in the present. Well, if you're not here in the present, revelations. Just is it that you're late, NT? I think think it's late New Testament, maybe. I'm not sure. Revelations, I think it's the final book of the Bible, so it's the part of the New Testament. New Testament. So if it's not apparent in the present, then it's late New Testament. I think is how that breaks down. Late NT. Cook is your anagram indicator. That focuses with an H in it is sous chef, and the sous chef is not the head chef. Scientific genius of past or present century. Well, century is a ton scored in cricket. Present is now, but I'm after new. Well, Isaac Newton is the scientific genius of past or present. Well, it's new. No, okay, right. Scientific genius of the past is Isaac Newton, I think. Present is, if something's present, then it's new, I guess. And century is a ton. To polish is to sand. A is in the clue, and L for large. And sandal is a kind of shoe. Food for winter, silage, that kind of hay stuff that you give to the animals in winter. Is laid up, so turn SI. And then with a lot of beer is lager without the R on the end, so a lot of is taking not to bother. Right, this one, will indicates this in contrast 13. Well, the in contrast 13 is referring to past perfect in the answer to that, so past perfect, the contrast is the future. Will indicates this. Future tense. Is the past... There's an old joke saying I remember, which was does a nostalgic English teacher find the past perfect and the future tense? I don't know if that's part of this deal really, or just whether will is referring to what you've got in your will. I indicates this. It's not an anagram, is it? No, can't see that one. Right, gosh, speculations are theories. The article is a the, in fact. Product of mine is an or, so mine, gold ore, gold mine, coal or whatever, produces ore, iron ore. Let's go for iron ore. One's invested, put an I into it. So what have we got here? Uses, so if you use someone, you're conning them maybe. So cons is uses, I think. We've got AN is name, going in T for time and T for time. In, and then the past, present and future is constant. Need for a drink is a thirst. S in, so if you look at t-shirt, you've got the word thirst if you move the S along, so second shift S is shifting. If you beat rivals, then you win, and if you beat rivals up, then you won, and to winnow is to separate. Oh yeah, the pavane was correct. Okay, so to arrange flags, so flagstones, if you put flagstones on your patio, then you're paving. You pave. Going around Anne makes pavane, which is the old-fashioned dance. Very pleased to get that one then. And bans are taboos. That are initially, so TA from that are, followed by audible disapproval is booze. So there we go. Wow, okay. What did I miss out? I got nailed once I revealed it. Winner 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I couldn't get there. I think that's quite hard. I don't like puzzles, particularly where there's a theme like that, and you're expected to keep coming up with different meanings of words, like the same words, like present, future, and past. I don't think my brain's got enough in it, unless it's a subject I love, like running or going to the gym or something. So anyway, there we go. Thank you for watching.